Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're going to talk about the universe, but probably not in the way you're thinking. We're digging into this really unique perspective that kind of mashes up the cosmic, stars and planets, with something deeply personal. All right, let's get right into it.
Okay, so right out of the gate, we get hit with this wild definition. I mean, you're probably thinking stars, galaxies, right? Well, forget that for a second. Our source here calls the universe a kind of knowledge. And it's a knowledge that holds not just the physical stuff, matter, energy, but also time and even memories. Yeah, memories. That one idea, it completely changes how we're going to look at everything else today.
So, if the universe is all that, what's actually in it? Let's break that down. We're going to explore just how eclectic the contents of the cosmos really are, at least according to this viewpoint. Okay, check this out. The list of what's inside is, well, it's a mix. You've got the stuff you'd expect, right? Galaxies, the solar system, all that empty space between them. But then it gets interesting. It lists Ganga, which you can think of as this sacred, almost celestial river from Hindu cosmology, and right next to that, existence itself and memories of ancestors. See what's happening? We're mixing the astronomical with the philosophical, the physical with the totally personal. And that's what makes this whole idea so cool. All right, so we've got a sense of what's in this universe. But what about how big is it? Let's pull back, way back, and talk about the cosmic scale of it all. Where do we fit in? The source gives us one word to start with: billions. We're talking billions of stars and billions of planets. Just try to wrap your head around that for a second. Billions. It's a number that's almost impossible to really picture. An ocean of worlds and suns. And then, bam! Right after hitting us with that massive number, we get this. We occupy just a small, tiny space in it all. It's this incredible contrast, isn't it? This unimaginably vast cosmos, and then there's us, on our little rock. It's pretty humbling when you think about it. But here's the thing. The universe isn't just sitting there like a pretty picture. No way! It's dynamic. It's constantly moving, constantly changing. So let's look at the forces that are always shaking things up out there. So you've got these two major forces of change happening at the same time. First, on the biggest scale possible, the whole universe is expanding. It's literally stretching out. But while that's happening, on a smaller scale, you've got this constant cycle of rebirth. Stars are dying, and from their ashes, new stars and new planets are born. It's this beautiful, perpetual system of creation and destruction. And this quote from the mathematician Gar of Deep Gotham really paints a picture of that rebirth process. He says, when this happens, they collapse inwards and release the stars in energy. Just think about that. Stars don't just fizzle out. They collapse in on themselves. And in that final moment, they blast out all the raw materials, the energy, the stardust, for the next generation to get started. Okay, so for this last part, let's bring it all back down to Earth. We've talked about what the universe is, how huge it is, and how it's always changing. But what does any of that have to do with us? Let's explore the human connection to all this cosmic stuff. I mean, it's pretty clear that for centuries, we've been obsessed with the universe, where it came from, how it works, what it all means. It's not just a modern thing. This curiosity is something deeply human, something we've been carrying with us for a long, long time. And of course, we didn't figure it all out overnight. The source kind of traces this long chain of knowledge, right? It started with ancient philosophers, then medieval thinkers, all the way to what it calls the wise men of the earth. It shows how, generation after generation, we've been slowly adding pieces to this giant cosmic puzzle. Which brings us right back to where we started. Back to that wild idea that the universe holds memories. If that's true, if it holds the memories of our ancestors, the memory of existence itself, then the universe isn't just some passive backdrop for our lives. It's an active part of our story. So I'll leave you with this question. If the universe is telling a story, what part is it telling about us? About you?